So sakuni basically are chicken meatballs in any yakitori place in Japan, and we've basically taken the concept of that, still heated it on a charcoal grill, soaked it in yakitori tare, which we top up with aromatics, and then finish it with pickled kiri, which is Japanese cucumber, in sake, sugar and soy sauce, and then little mini slider buns, and that's it.
So the name's pretty interesting with Neon Pigeon. We're three partners that came up with the idea for the restaurant, and we spent a lot of time at one of the partners' test kitchens just testing out the food and the menu, and we were just messing around with potential names, and hip-hop song came on and it had neon, and it was just us making fun of one another, and someone called someone a Neon Pigeon. We were like, wow, that's a cool name, because what we do at Neon Pigeon is modern Japanese food. Tokyo is often referred to as the Neon City, so that ties it into the Japanese side of things, and every big modern city always has pigeons, so it kind of ties in that modern urban izakaya concept that we have with Neon Pigeon.
So the hamachi, it was sort of a take on a sashimi sort of style. We originally had the dish with no umisoma noodles, and people were saying that it was a very fishy taste. And so we took it and we originally marinated it in ponzu, and we had our own crack salt there that we made, and we just sort of massaged that in and dry it out in the oven for 2 days, and then reblend it, and that adds like a zing to the dish. And we felt like it needed something a little bit more with a little bit texture, so we added the umisomen, which gave it a really nice buzz and really married well with the ponzu sauce.
Izakaya is a place that has equal parts. It's a social eating, drinking house. That's what we wanted to do. However, we didn't feel that we wanted to be traditional. Traditional izakayas are very special, and we didn't feel we could recreate that. But what we felt we could do was do a modern version of an izakaya.
Actually, it's my first time here today. I think it's nice, the crowd is pretty nice. I like the whole interior design of the place. I think it looks very modern. I like the whole industrial kind of feel to it, which is nice.
Roasted bone marrow, that was sort of a funny one. It's a dish that we sort of didn't perfect before we opened. It just sort of happened to perfect itself. We sort of had the bright idea of coming up with a Japanese style gremolata. So it's basically mitsuba, orange zest and garlic like a normal gremolata, and shiso ponzu vinaigrette. And it just cuts through the fattiness of the bone marrow really well. And then the sweetness of the sesame furikake on top just sort of mixes it really well, and then a little bit of the salty but pungent garlic chips on top, so it really finishes the dish off nicely.
Yeah, the food is very good, great. I think something very special. The taste, everything, and then the presentation. In fact, I brought some friends over, and most of them like the food, yeah.
We felt Japanese food didn't pigeonhole us into something specific, and we got to really explore a wide variety of different kind of flavors within one cuisine.
And we didn't want to bastardize the traditional Japanese flavors, so we thought, let's take them, let's rework some dishes that maybe are combined as two dishes. In essence, and in its heart and soul, Japanese flavors, but just done in an entirely different way. We had been playing around with a few different fishes. We ended up settling on grouper, so we gave it a go, and it instantly married with the sweet potato puree, which is super basic. We basically roast it in its skin, so all the natural sugars come out of the sweet potato, and then simply add a little bit of butter, salt and pepper, unadulterated. We basically topped it with a chaka wakame, which is a salad that I've held dear to my heart ever since I started eating sushi. And then we topped it with the rayu vinaigrette.